Save all your talk. Save all your banter. Here we go. We got to get it rocking. Troops and make it to a wild card berth. Yeah. Bounced out in the first round. Already put numbers
Couldn't contain Lamar Jackson. Only one team can, and that's the Kansas City Chiefs. I'd like to add some points to all of our teams.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Guerrilla Podcast Sports, also known as GPS. It's your three hosts with the most. Uncle Pete, that'd be me, and my man,
Chris B.
and also my man,
Peter Dubs.
we're actually at the Lab of Riches. And my man Dubs is at the Cribs of Dubs. Get it? All right. Inaugural segment. This is called The Grapevine. The Grapevine. And you know what? You hear a lot of things through the grapevine, right? Yeah, such as this. Topic and point, right? The Philadelphia Eagles right now.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
With all the Philly fans circulating the room right now, I kind of feel a little nervous bringing this up. But Dubs, man, I think we're going to have to bring it up, man. You know why?
Oh, yeah.
Because I believe that Carson Wentz might fly the coop before my man Dougie P. Who do you think will fly the coop first? Chris B. Since he's an Eagle fan, I'll let him go first, and I'll let you take over. Will it be Dougie P or my man C Dub?
See, it might be both. They might clean house.
Mm-hmm.
Jeffrey Lurie was very, very disappointed. He skipped the game. They were all speculating that he's never skipped the game, being the owner of the Eagles. He could axe both Carson and Dougie P.
Mm-hmm.
And he could just be like, trade Carson and get Dougie out of here.
Give me someone new.
Yeah, I like what I see in Hurts. He was always clamoring for Hurts the last 2 weeks. So it could be both of them. And as you know, the fan base, they're ready to get rid of both of them anyway. The entire fan base.
You know how the Philly fan base are.
Anything.
Eat up Santa Claus, so, you know, Dougie, don't sleep, man. They might have your address, your home address. And
They probably
they
do.
will come find you. Yeah. Dougie P, even though he stopped the bleeding and brought Philly Eagles a chip, I believe that Jeffrey Lurie and also Howie Roseman have caught on to one Dougie P and realized that he might be a fraud. Dubs, do you think Howie and Lurie have their minds made up, and by the end of the season, your man Dougie P will be looking for a new address?
Yes, I do think their minds are made up. I think the proof is in the pudding. And I think, unfortunately for Dougie P, this team just got old fast. They won that chip, and next thing you know, ages start showing out on the field. And so, and then on top of that, you have Carson playing the way he's been playing because he's playing scared. So it's just a recipe for disaster. I think their minds are set. Dougie P's got to go. Bring in some fresh eyes, some fresh ideologies offensively, and see what they can do to bring Carson back to what he used to be.
Yeah, right.
What's up?
It's funny that you said that. Do you know Dougie P is one game over 500 since the Super Bowl? Are you guys aware of that?
Yes, I know.
Yep.
Yes.
Like, hold on, wait. Let me back that up. One game over 500, so he's like the red clap. I mean, 500 every year, pretty much. After this, well, like, you win the Super Bowl, we're thinking playoffs every year, possible, 2 or 3, playoff wins, sniffing the NFC Championship. But after that, I believe that the writing is on the wall. And the writing on the wall says, you got the wrong guy. The right guy is now sitting in Indianapolis waiting to be seeded to go off to the playoffs with an 8-4 record. I think they're tied for first place today with
with Tennessee losing.
With the Tennessee Titans. However, on the other hand, they say, meanwhile, on the other side, 3-8-1, Carson. That's all you're giving me, man. 3-8-1. Today, 6 of 15, 79 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 4 sacks. And this is quarter 1 through 3. Case in point, you remember how I kept telling you guys, oh, Jalen Hurts, no pun intended, but Jalen Hurts, when he returns, it's going to look like this. 5 of 12. This is just his first, I guess,
NFL quarter.
Quarter.
Yeah, basically.
Which is the fourth quarter, part of the fourth quarter. 5 of 12, 109, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And I actually think he got you guys back in the game.
In the fourth quarter, yeah.
By at least a touchdown.
Yeah, touchdown.
A one game score.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the writing is on the wall. I believe that Carson is shipped to Indianapolis to reunite with the quarterback whisperer, one Frank comeback right, and also
he's closer to home.
Yeah, he's closer to home. I think that the city fits him more. I think the
fan base will not. They
base,
won't scrutinize him as hard.
They won't scrutinize him as much as they will in Philly. And I just think overall, by having Frank there, I think he's better. I think Carson is actually better than right now. That is Mr. Phillips. So I don't know. Next year, if he's there, possible Super Bowl run. I don't know.
They can. The Colts are already a playoff team, and then yes, I think if they add Carson, and maybe it's a little bit more offensive talent in the running game, they're going to be a shoo-in to be like representing the AFC probably in the throne of the Chiefs next season probably.
Yeah, because Dubs, check this out, right? Do you guys play Philly again this year?
Yes.
Yes, last game of the season.
Well, if you don't face Carson, this is what you're going to be facing. 2,541 yards passing so far this year from Carson Wentz. That's 19th in the league. 16 touchdowns, which is 17th, middle of the pack. But 15 interceptions, dead last.
Wow.
QBR of 49.5. The writing's on the wall after beating the Cowboys. My Cowboys, 23-9.
Yeah, 4 turnovers.
Rookie Ben DiNucci was out there at the link. The Eagles have gone 0-4.
Yeah.
Wow.
4 straight.
That's
4 straight.
unusual.
And have eclipsed 17 points 0 times. I think the last 3 games they scored 4 games, 17, 17, 17, and 16. The writing's on the wall, y'all.
Well, the only problem with that is I can't think of the last time that the Washington football franchise beat the Philadelphia Eagles twice in the same season. So when we go to the link,
it's 2020.
When we go to the link, that's what's going to be at stake, and the NFC East might be at stake.
Yeah.
So that game's going to weigh heavily on a couple of different things: playoffs, the NFC East, and possibly Carson's and Dougie P's future.
And that's week what?
Week 17.
Week 17.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. That's really going to be for the division, I believe. But anyway,
if you see Hurts,
the division is going to be 6-10. Come on, 6-10.
Yes. Terrible. Because the Giants' slate of games are going to be pretty difficult going up the next 4.
So it goes.
Well, the Giants got a win in their pocket today that nobody thought they had the chops to achieve.
Facts.
So they are the front runners, man.
Yeah, they are the front runners.
I hate to say that. That just kind of makes me want to throw up inside my mouth.
Who would have thought?
I would have thought, because I said it earlier in the preseason when we're talking about, where do we think teams are going to end? What's holding teams back? Look, I tell you what, numbers lie, men and women lie, but I tell you what doesn't lie. My eyes don't lie. It goes back to that clip where Richard Pryor's like, Come on, baby, that wasn't me. You gonna believe me or your lying eyes? My eyes don't lie. Carson, I don't know, man. You're gone. And as far as Dougie P, you might last another year, but if not, you'll be joining your boys on the unemployment line on Indeed.com with Mr. O'Brien and Mr. Quinn.
Dan Quinn. Get in line,
do
man.
You like the Irish accent? I think you do. Okay, so look, man, we're going to move to the next topic of the day in the Grapevine. I'm loving this Grapevine, man, because, things that we talk about now, I think are going to be relevant probably another 6 months down the line.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's not going away. Time sensitive. All right, next topic. Second topic of Grapevine. Asking both of you guys, realistically, all right? Who do you guys feel will be able to stop the Kansas City Chiefs along with the mad scientist, one Andy Reid, and those new weapons that he has, or all those weapons that he has? Chris, you want to jump in? What do you think?
Just a stout defense, honestly. Like a top playoff tier defense that's going to be
Steelers?
seen. Yes and no, because I've seen the way they can falter against the passing game.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got Travis and you got Tyreek and you got whoever else will pop out from their second and third strings. So their passing defense is not as strong.
Right.
I'd say a powerhouse coach brings them down more than anything, along with that stout defense.
So Mike Tomlin can't be that powerhouse coach to bring them down, you don't think?
Nah, I
He's
mean,
a defensive coach.
I'm not going to lie. When I watched them when Eagles were playing, Travis Fulgham was just carving them up. He's a practice squad wide receiver. I'm like, you're talking about top-tier talent, Travis Kelce. You're talking Tyreek Hill. And then Mecole Hardman's he's a burner.
Right.
And then they can throw in Le'Veon Bell. And Mahomes is always going to be a gamer. Doesn't matter. He'll always go against the adjustments.
Right.
So I'm thinking Steelers could do it, but they don't have the firepower to measure up to get in a shootout with them. They want you to get in a shootout with them.
Right.
They're not going to beat you defensively.
Right.
They want you to be like, we're going to slug it out 38, 45 points.
Right.
So they want you to do that, and I think the Steelers don't have that offense to compete with them. And then if the defense isn't feel long enough, they're going to be exposed.
Right. I think Dubs is just like back in the day when we used to watch the Lakers, right? They want you to run with them because they'll fast break you to death. It was showtime. You know what I mean? So run with us if you can, but we know that you don't have the stamina and coward. What is it? Fatigue makes cowards of us all. So Dubs, we'll move on from the Steelers. I'll throw a bone out there for you. What about Vrabel and the Titans? He's a defensive coach. Do you think he might?
He's a defensive coach.
Even though they didn't look too hot today against Faker.
Yeah, they didn't look too hot, but any given time,
Any given Sunday,
they get LeBron and cleats going.
Yeah.
And they start controlling the clock.
Yeah.
And keeping the opposing offense off the field. Anything can happen. That's how they steamrolled through the playoffs last year.
Right. And to be honest with you, right, I was just looking at the AFC. And in the AFC, my pick to go to the Super Bowl, which is the Bills, and I do believe the Bills have the defense and that cold weather type of team late December, early January that can actually push them a little bit because you have a mobile quarterback, a guy who can, I guess, manage a game, but at the same time can look for big plays down the field with Cole Beasley or
Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs out of the U of M. Fear the turtle, baby. All right,
That's right.
Yeah. So,
KC's a cold weather team too.
yeah. Well, I look at it like this. Either way we look at it, whether it's Pete, Benjamin, Buttons, Carroll of the Seahawks that you chosen going to the Super Bowl, I believe.
That's right.
They just lost today to the midgets, politically correct, the Giants or whatever, little people.
Well,
Just getting it out of their system,
they're
that's all.
Yeah, I guess they're Giants now.
Unless you guys pull up the upset tomorrow, then it won't be that way. Also, your Super Bowl pick, Sean, the Don of New Orleans, Peyton, and the Saints, they can challenge them.
Yeah, they have a pretty stout defense.
Only if Drew Brees is not
Yeah.
injured. if he's recovering from those, I don't know, 18 crack ribs. If you have 18 ribs,
It was 11. I think it's 11.
11.
It was 11.
You don't have 18 ribs.
Breeze is eligible to come off the IR a week from now.
Well, I know one thing.
That's bold.
All of this stuff, when I
Yeah,
stack
it
up
is.
the numbers and I look at them, I'm like, maybe it's a possibility. Maybe one of these teams can sneak up and stop this dynasty from happening. But when I really look at it, man, we all living on Fantasy Island. Like Mr. They're playing. I'll tell you what, they're not losing to any of these teams. I just see them, winning the Super Bowl.
Repeat.
And
I said that
repeat.
2 times.
I'll be surprised if they don't win. Now, if they were undefeated right now, I would be against them repeating. But being that they have that one loss underneath their belt from
Raiders,
interdivision rival, it went down like that. So, I got a couple of numbers I want to show you guys. One, Mr. Mahomes, okay? He is a 68.8, might as well say, 69% completion rating. Yards, 3,497, 3,500 yards. 8.3 yards per pass. 337.5 per game. 30 touchdowns. Y'all ready for the interception total?
Probably like a single digit.
Not only a single digit, two.
Oh my
You're off by
gosh.
2 interceptions. Yeah, he's the MVP. So give him the MVP while you're at it too, because if you only have 2 interceptions at week 13, how many times do you hear that? Week 13, 2 interceptions.
That's so rare.
Come on, man.
You know what I think they should do with Patrick Mahomes?
Clone him?
I think they should rename the MVP trophy to the Patrick Mahomes trophy. That way we don't need to worry year after year about him getting it. We just have to give it to the number 2 guy.
I'll tell you what, if I was a AFC West fan or whatever, I would definitely vote for Patrick Mahomes to be on the cover of the Madden 2021.
Oh yeah,
But he
get the
broke
curse
that
going.
curse. He was on it. He was on there before. He broke the curse.
He was on it already?
Yes, he broke the curse.
That's right. He broke it. That's right.
He
Yeah.
was on it before he went to the Super Bowl?
Yes, I think that's either the MVP season or
The
It's like
MVP
right-
season,
yeah.
he was on it.
yeah.
I guess it's
The
that
following
nice.
season.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess it's just that nice. Or he's that nice. Yeah. So basically MVP, one Mr. Patrick. His mama says call him Patrick. I named Patrick. Name him Patrick. Don't call him Pat no more. So
KC's favorite real estate agent.
Yeah, we won't call him Patrick no more. I mean Pat. All right. What we got here, man? What we got? Oh, yeah. Okay. I like this one because this one we talked about many a times and we realized that it's a different year for football, our lives, and moving forward. What is the best way to, manage things? Well, this week, what we have is, should the NFL reconsider the bubble type of atmosphere for the playoffs and the Super Bowl? Or should they just go with the format that they already have, which is play at each other's stadiums and risk staff members catching the Rona and possibly not seeing the Super Bowl played until March?
I think they should revisit it. But I also want to acknowledge that it's a very tough thing to revisit because remember, the NFL, different than any other sport, has a bigger conglomerate with them. They've got, 60 or 65 players and all the coaches and all the medical staff and all that they have to incorporate in that bubble. Whereas an NBA team has maybe 25 people tops.
Right.
And a Major League Baseball team has maybe 30, 35 people tops. So it's a bigger to do with the NFL.
The bubble will be smaller for the NFL because there's only going to be playoff teams.
Yeah.
So being that it'll be playoff teams, if you look at how many teams were in the NBA as a whole, I think that
The numbers are
the same.
yeah.
And
but one of the things that makes the NFL go, and I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, but Peter Dubs, very few fans have been at stadiums this season. And I get it. You're right.
There's a pandemic out there. There's been enough.
Yeah.
fans
But
out there.
home field advantage still means a lot in the NFL, especially in the playoffs.
True.
And so the NFL does not want to lose sight of that at all.
Interesting point there. Interesting point. What do you think?
So, yes, it is a difference between the two because if you do the playoff bubble, then it's a shock to all the players, just like it was a shock to everybody in the NBA. So you add the playoff aspect, and you're getting some crazy wild results that you wasn't even expecting when you see some of these matchups. But it has started because the Cardinals and 49ers now share a stadium. So it's like either you get more, I guess, thorough with your COVID, your regulations,
Right.
or you create a bubble because you already see what happened with the Steelers-Ravens game.
Right.
So, and it's only going to get colder in the winter, and northern states are going to have, probably an influx of cases,
Right.
and so on and so forth. So you have to either really lock down on those COVID restrictions, or you're going to have delayed playoff games, and that's going to play into a bigger aspect into, now they had to wait this long to play this team. So now they're going to be like, they had more time to prepare. Yeah.
Right.
So it's like you got to just really get it right before the playoffs start.
Yeah.
Don't wait till it's too late. So, yeah, this is how we do, man. Guerrilla talk. That's how it's all about the guerrilla talk. It's about that ambush. So, this is a little ambush coming. Did you guys watch any of the Seattle Giants games? If you didn't, I think we all picked the Seattle.
Seahawks. Everyone picked Seahawks. Everybody in their right mind around the world picked the Seahawks.
No one in either or picked them. However, I have a new name for one DK Metcalf. Y'all want to hear it?
Yes.
LeBron with gloves, baby.
Yes.
Everything LeBron, that's the benchmark, LeBron. So
See that stiff arm.
LeBron with gloves, yeah. He could chase down guys with a cape on, tackle them, Buda Baker before they enter the end zone. Hurdle, a bunch of cars in one leap. Is that it? Yeah.
He destroyed a DB today.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, man. So, I think they need that bubble. If there is no bubble, there will be trouble, and I call it the foot bubble. Football bubble. That's what it's called.
Buble.
The fubble.
The fubble.
So what's
that
happening
works.
with your one-leg quarterback over there in Washington, man? Is he coming through tomorrow?
Hey, man. He's getting ready for the game of his life.
That's it right there, because he's going to be facing me.
And
5 p.m.
I think
5 p.m.
At 5 p.m.
Did you hear what they?
Yeah,
but did you hear what they do with the game?
No.
So it's on Fox. It's at 5 p.m. But apparently it will not be nationally televised. So when we whoop up on the Steelers and give them their first loss, people are going to have to stay up late to watch it on ESPN.
Either that or when they're getting whooped and y'all crying, we won't have to hear y'all tears. Imagine that. If I can hear your tears, you're really crying. Boo-hoo.
Spoken as eloquently as possible from a Dallas fan who we whooped twice this year. Thank you very much.
Without Dak, by the way. Hey, Dak, at least you ain't around to feel the pain, man. I always go back on that excuse but Dak wasn't there. Now, if Dak was there and you beat us up like that, then you talk about, as far as I'm concerned, Dak has never lost to you guys. Has he ever lost to y'all? I don't think so.
Nah,
Well, guess what?
I don't think it's ever happened.
Well, guess what? Right now, the Washington football team hasn't lost to the Dallas Cowboys either.
As of right now.
Riverboat Ron does not know what it's like to lose to the Cowboys. That's funny.
That is true.
And neither does your rookie defensive end.
Chase Young?
Chase Young, yeah.
Chase Young. All right, so look, man, we're going to have to wrap this up soon. But before we do wrap this up, I got a couple of things I want to get off my chest, right? Okay, well,
Okay.
First, over here at Guerrilla Talk, GPS, Guerrilla Podcast Sports, we don't wait for 100 years to put wheels on the bottom of a suitcase. We just don't. We move things around. We find out what the people want, what works. So right now, I do believe this segment right here, the Grapevine, it's taking off. That's why? It's a Grapevine. You get all the information that you need when you come here. So we're saying that. I got a joke of the episode. Y'all want to hear it? Y'all gonna hear it anyway.
Yes.
Even if you don't like it. Let me get the camera. Let me look into the camera when I do this. Okay, joke of the day. How many lesbians does it take to screw in a light bulb? I want you all to ask. What is it?
What is it?
How many? Oh, I don't know. They won't let me watch.
Oh no! Oh no!
I hope I don't get in trouble for that one.
The outrage coming in 3, 2.
Bring on the FCC.
Let's go.
I said screw in the light bulb. There's nothing wrong with that.
That is true.
Hey, I'll lie down on the ground if they need a booster. You know what I'm saying? Go hard, get in there and twist it around. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, fellas, man.
That's a good joke.
Thank you, man. I guess next we'll be talking about well, not in this segment, or next episode, I should say. We'll be talking about the NBA more. We got the Grapevine for the NBA. We're gonna break out the John Wall, Westbrook deal. Who got the better end of that deal? Who got the shaft? Who got the short end of the stick? Like Reggie Hammond said, well, I think these babies been getting the short end of the stick. Let me hang around for a little bit. You remember Reggie Hammond, Peter?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
There's a new sheriff in town. His name is Reggie Hammond.
That's right.
Y'all be cool. Y'all here? Oh, man. Yes, sir. So, yeah, we're going to talk about that start of the NBA non-bubble and looking for trouble in the 2021. Wearing your damn mask or not wearing, I don't know. They're not supposed to go into a bubble, right? I don't think so. I believe they're supposed to actually go to each stadium.
Yeah.
I think you're right, yes.
Yeah.
72 games, that's not going to work. That's just not going to work.
And they're trying to, I guess, reincorporate the aspect of like a regular season, like everything's normal. Because then all the teams are back. And it's not just the setup they had before when the season had to get cut off and they had to restart it. So I'm guessing they're just trying to shoot for some sense of normalcy for the players to get used to, even though they're not going to really see a lot of fans. Right. So it's like a mental psych out trick, but in the same breath, I'm just like, it's going to put more players' safety in jeopardy as opposed to keeping them in like a mindset of, oh, I'm playing the NBA season now. But I'm like, there was still entertaining games in the bubble. There were still buzzer beaters, big moments, crazy things happening, and there were no fans, and everyone was safe. So going back to this you're going to see, because the NBA has way more games. You're going to see a lot more. If any cases start to come up, you're going to see delays, and it's going to really go down the line, and it's going to really affect a lot of other teams. And it's going to be.
Hey, Chris. Do they still have an 82-game schedule, or did they shorten it?
72.
72. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah. So it's just, we'll see. I think a lot of things are going to be looking forward to. A lot of the trades that went down, but the NBA did a really good job last season with the bubble, and I feel like they should stick to it. Even though there's going to be a lot more influx of players and staff, they still were able to do whatever. Like, it was like a trial period. They did it work. It worked perfectly. There was no COVID cases. There was no influx of anything. Like, and then they stuck to their guns and with their regulations when people were getting snuck in and they had to get quarantined, or when the whole Lou Will situation. Mm-hmm. So it's like they did the right thing on how to handle it if you're a professional sports association. So I'm like, why regress now when you were the frontier? You kicked down the door, you did everything right, and now you're going to go back.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, because I did read the other day that at the opening of camps with all their testing, there was a total of 48 players that tested positive, but they didn't mention any names.
A lot of reckless living out there.
Yeah.
Who I can put on that list? John Wall's probably on that list.
John Wall probably on, yes.
You know what? Being that Saban got it twice, my man Westbrook could have got it twice, because Westbrook a wild boy now. I'm just thinking.
Only on the court.
Thinking out loud, man.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. So it looks like we've come to the end of our inaugural segment the Grapevine. I'll keep plugging it, the Grape, because I love that sound. You like the sound of that, right? The Grapevine.
Like the sound.
And, I can't wait to.
Maybe you want to go eat some grapes.
Yeah. Right off the vine, right? Yeah.
That's right.
All right.
Someone should feed them to you.
With some,
Waving with a big feather.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, fellas.
The same two trying to put up the light bulb.
Light bulb? Oh, yeah.
They're going to be fanning.
They're going to be fanning. Just as long as, later on we can negotiate. Just go ahead. This little peek. All right, so look, man. This is it, y'all. Big ups to Richie Rich in the Lab of Riches and also Parkable.com, PARKERABLE.com. And that's where you can find the P Clarence Challenge, and also you can find PGC Tribe. And definitely, guys, I want you guys to go check it out, find out all the different foods and the healthy styles of living that you can find there. And also, I want to give a shout out to Yes We See Fashion. Also, if you spell it backwards, actually, Yes We See is yes in 3 languages. That's English, French, and Spanish. And also, I'd like to give a shout out to my man Aleem and also Joe with Storytime Productions. And like Carson Wentz, like not Wentz, but Wentz. After
Carson
Jalen
Bench
Hurts stepped in during the Eagles game versus the Packers. Hey, man, we out.
Call him Carson Bench.
Carson Bench.
Carson Bench.
I like that.